called Halfway Creek. We have a high tide. You're going to have to do a little ducking out of branches. You do duck, go to the middle. Try not to grab onto anything. Pull you out. Whether we see them or not, this is gator territory. At a high tide, it's harder to find them. I'm not making excuses. In fact, no shoreline. They can hold their breath over an hour. This is called Halfway Creek because you have to be halfway crazy to bring this boat in here. This is the guy for that. Kayaks and canoers. This is the one, sir, that you'd want to go by the kayak. We'll bring you all the way over to that bridge that we went under. See the aerial roots? Those are the ones hanging down. The prop roots are these roots of the red mangroves. Notice they're not even into the water. They're just propping up the tree. That's why I said they can sway. This is salt water. That giveaway, mangrove trees. Only tree that can grow in salt water. That's
There's an alligator
with a gator on it.
There's a gator.
Okay. Hold on a second. I want to spook him. We're going to go by a minute and then back up. I had no idea he would be there. He has not been there for a long time. That's the big boy.
He is big.
Big boy.
Get ready.
Straight, I got the tide pushing me.
He doesn't even look
That's
real.
an alligator's bed with an alligator sleeping.
He doesn't even look real.
That's a big gator.
6 footer?
No. About 8. I'm going to tell you how you measure an alligator. Make it nice and easy.
Yeah.
You can stand up, folks. Try not to fall in. If you do, let me get my camera.
Okay.
See the bump on the nose? The bump on the nose to the eyes, right where the nostrils are. That's called the flat. He's not happy. Watch if he jumps in, we're all going to get wet. From that bump right to the eyes, however many inches, is how big that alligator is, because you only see that in the water. It's the only part you're going to see in the water. Now, from the head to the tail is 50% of the body. So that's 3 to 4 feet. I think it's more on the 4 foot side. Now the average size, that's an average size gator. The average size is 6 to 8 feet. Biggest ever is 19 feet. We have a hunting season. And I didn't get this year's statistics, but last year the biggest one they caught was 14 feet, 3.5 inches, and weighed 683 pounds. Roots. Now see how this is all closing in? My boss is 78 years old. He complains that I bring the boat back banged up and all this other stuff. I used to come through here with a 40-foot diesel, you know. Yeah, it was 50 years ago, and this was 20 feet wider.
That is just good.
A favorite of canoers and kayaks. And that's another question. Everybody says, well, what about kayakers and the gators? Rule number 1, don't fall out of your boat. Rule number 2, though, is if you were to fall out of your boat, don't panic. It is the splashing, it's the action, it's the fear. Gators have all kinds of sensors in their scales, and they react to the ripples in the water.
Well, you really saw that up at that oasis, because there was the swirling of those bait fish.
Yes, those are all bait fish. And a lot of times you're going to see, like, it looks like it's raining. That's actually called rain bait. Little minnows. That's white ibis. Little minnows.